Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing my first kind of drama slash commentary video today, and I'm actually really excited. The topic that we have today is actually about like cookie drama, which is kind of interesting. Like I definitely didn't expect my first drama video to be like revolving around cookies, but in this drama we have two main people. I'm sure there's other people involved, but they're not being named. They're not like speaking out or anything like that. The main person involved is Felix Eats on TikTok and Instagram, and then the other person that actually kind of started this entire thing is Pappy Pat on TikTok, PAPIIPATT. And so basically, what happened is Felix Eats does food review content. That's not the only type of content that Felix does, or that's not the only type of work that Felix does with content. But for the sake of this story, the important part that you need to know is that Felix Eats is a food reviewer, and he was on Facebook Marketplace one day, came across the cookies that Pappy Pat was advertising. He said, "Oh my God, those look so good." He got into the DMs of Pappy Pat. He said, "Hey, your cookies look delicious. I saw them in Facebook Marketplace. I'd love to make a video for you slash promo in exchange for a variety of your cookies. If you're down, let me know." Prayer hand emoji, cookie emoji, which is important. Okay, we have to add the emojis. Of course, why would you not want to work with, I guess, an influencer? I don't know, because in my mind, I'm like, look at Felix's page. He has like over 60,000 followers, and he's doing content in his area. So I guarantee that a lot of those followers are in his area. You could probably get some good business out of this. Why would you not want to do it? But also, I guess it's understandable if you don't want to do it. And so they start planning kind of like a pickup for the cookies. There's a bit of there's actually a lot of miscommunication throughout this entire story. I think the one thing that the story needed was just like a morsel of communication. I think if there was the tiniest bit of communication, I don't think any of this would have happened. Okay, we're just doing it. We're just raw dogging this interaction with no intentions of making it like simple or easy or pleasant or enjoyable. Like, we're just, that's out the window. They have this back and forth within like 24 hours. Felix, "I will love your cookies." Pappy is like, "Yes, I'm totally down, let's collab." And then Felix is like, "Awesome, like your brown butter chocolate chip cookies look divine." He says, "Just how I like them, chocolate, salty, and gooey." um, and then he's like, "Okay, what part of Orlando are you in?" And this is where it kind of gets weird. Pappy takes 13 whole days to respond, and it's like, did he forget? And I think as we'll find out, I think he just doesn't want to do this collab. Like, I don't feel like, in my opinion, it feels like Pappy Pat maybe was a little bit pushed to do this collab. Pappy Pat takes 13 whole days to respond, and Felix is a bit annoyed about this. Like, I feel like anybody would, but also at the same time, he's getting free food, so it's like, he obviously he's not going to be like on this guy's tail. So then Pappy Pat gets back to him 13 days later and says, "Hey Felix, is Monday a good day?" And then within an hour, Felix gets back and he says, "Hey, yes, that sounds great." And then Pappy Pat responds and he's like, "I'm so sorry. I ended up being so busy. Can we do, I think Thursday would be a better day. Can we do Thursday?" Felix is very understanding. He's like, "Oh my God, no worries at all. I figured since it was a holiday, like you must be super busy." And then he's like, "Okay, that sounds good. We'll do for Thursday." So Thursday comes around, May 28th, the Thursday. Um, Pappy Pat messages Felix and says, "Hey Felix, I have a baker's dozen of chocolate chip available for pickup. I If you'd like to swing by, I'm unable to drive out your way because I'm prepping for this weekend." Again, the lack of communication. Was there ever any conversation of them meeting? Was there like, I don't know. Maybe in the bakery world people meet. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of weird. Like, if you're offering a service, the people should be the ones to like figure out how to get it. I don't know. Maybe that's, maybe I'm just not familiar with like the baking industry. And so Felix says, "Okay, what's your address?" He gives the address, and then I guess Felix decides that this drive is too long or whatever. So Felix is like, "Anyway, I can get them tomorrow." And Pappy Pat is like, "I'll be way too busy tomorrow, and I want you to get them fresh." And then so Felix is like, "Okay, I'll charge my car real quick because it's dead or it's low on juice or whatever the fuck. I don't have an electric car, so I don't know what that's like. And I'll head over there because I need these cookies. He says in all caps, I need these cookies. Like Felix really wanted those fucking cookies. And then next we just get right into the delivery, okay? Um, Felix meets Cookie Guy. They do the handoff. Cookie Guy takes a video of Felix and or sorry, Cookie Guy takes a video of him holding the box in his hand and then walking up to Felix and handing it off. And in this video, you can see Felix's name on the box of cookies. It just says Felix. And then you can also see when they do the handoff, you can see Felix's like tattoos on his arm. And so, if you guys see where this is going, he tried to make this person anonymous but release his name and his tattoos, which is just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? That's crazy. What are we doing? So yeah, so Felix showed video evidence in his response video that we're gonna get into next of a video that he has of the handoff dated May 28th at exactly 4:06 p.m. And just proof that like this was him that was in this video, even though this Pappy Pat is trying to hide the like. Also, I'm gonna start referring to Pappy Pat as Cookie Guy because I feel like that's just the best way to refer to him. Um, he doesn't like nobody really knows this guy. He's like hiding behind the camera. Like I don't know. It's just like very weird vibes. So I'm just gonna call him Cookie Guy from now on because I feel like that makes more sense. Um, Anyway, so Felix picks up the cookies. He drives home. He does the review right in his car because he wanted the review to be done while they were still fresh, which makes a lot of sense. And then 8 days go by without him posting the review. And this is when we get to Pappy Pat's original video that brought this to the internet's attention. This is why I'm making this video because Pappy Pat made this video. So Pappy Pat makes a video, and it's honestly really, it's kind of a disturbing video to watch. He's very, like, just from start to finish, he's very unlikable. He's very, just, I don't know. He's got that TikTok voice that I fucking hate, and he, just the things that he says. Like, there's one part where he's like, and I'm an unproblematic guy, so if you wanted free food, all you had to do was ask. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is so out of hand. And then yeah, so 8 days later, Cookie Guy posts his video accusing Felix of stealing the cookies. Felix responds with okay, wait, I actually have a screenshot for this one. So this is when Felix responds with a DM, and he creates like a three-part series defending himself, as anyone would in this situation, because this whole situation is crazy, and you'll see why. Um, hey, so I apologize if I haven't communicated on a time frame on when your video would be up, but to make that video making it seem as though I'm not working on your video amongst other things I'm working on is not fair to me either. You're tarnishing my name that I've worked very hard to build just like you do with your business is crazy. Um, and yeah, I'd have to agree. I think that Cookie Guy should have reached out and been like, "Hey, it's been 8 days. Where's this video? Should I assume that you are stealing from me, or am I unaware of how long it takes you to turn around a video like that? You know, because there's a lot of comments on the internet of people being like, where's the review? You can post 3 response videos, but you can't post a review." And it's like, I commented this on somebody's video on TikTok. I was just like, the point of that you made about the making 3 response videos but not a review, that doesn't make sense because the review is part of his normally scheduled content. So he already had like a kind of like preset way of um, working through that and editing it and posting it. You know, like there's like a timeline, and I don't know his timeline. I think I think he said it was like 2 weeks or something like that, but or maybe that was just the average influencer takes 1 to 2 weeks to turn around a video. Um, but the point is, he was not fucking done editing his video yet. And oh, sorry, I skipped that part. Sorry, I skipped that part. I skipped that part. I skipped that part. I'm not trying to skip that part. I just totally forgot. My point in the matter is posting 3 videos defending himself is not a part of his normal content. And when his name is being dragged through the mud and he's being labeled as a liar and a stealer a thief, I too would be getting those fucking videos out a lot faster. So I just think that those comments are coming from bridge trolls that don't know, like, understand content creation, which is weird because, like, yes, maybe I now am a content creator, but I understood kind of like the life of a content creator before I even decided to do that. Like, I just don't think it's very hard to understand that, like, these are just normal fucking people who decided to get in front of a camera and talk about some shit. So, like, when you are having an issue with how they're doing things and it's literally just timing issues, you need to fuck off. Like, it's not the same for them as it would be for you. Like, some people are very high energy, high, some people just have a lot going on, okay? And I feel like I'm one of those people. I'm always doing something and it's fun and I love it. And I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. That just was really weird. So yeah, I didn't really talk about Cookie Guy's video, but I'm gonna insert it because there's not much to talk about. It was just weird.
I got completely scammed by this food influencer. I had this food influencer reach out to me on TikTok last month proposing that they would make content about my business in exchange for some baked goods. The person in question has 53,000 followers on TikTok alone, so I thought to myself, what's the worst that can happen? And before y'all think that I'm blowing smoke up your... I brought the receipt. Prior to us meeting up, I asked if it was okay if I record the whole thing, so you best believe I'm including it. But for the sake of not putting the person out entirely, I've decided not to include the audio because their voice might be a dead giveaway. And at the time of this recording, there is yet to be any form of content related to my business or cookies posted on their social media. But I'm not even mad about it for real. It's just the principle. If you were hungry and wanted a free sweet treat, you could have just asked. I'm an anti-problematic person, so I don't want to steer any ill will towards this person, but I'm only sharing this to say, this is why I don't work with any food influencers.
From this, initially, Cookie Guy got a massive increase in DMs on his, mainly on his TikTok, but also probably on his Facebook Marketplace. Massive increase. He's got all these people wanting these cookies now, and all these people are wanting to support him because they believe that he, A, makes these amazing looking cookies, but B, also that he was stolen from and done dirty. The part where people are going so hard on Felix, where's the edit or where's the review? Why haven't you posted the review? You can post all these responses defending yourself, but you can't post the review. And this is where Felix explains he also does UGC content for, so he was filming, like, I think he said 20 plus, he had to film and edit 20 plus videos for UGC content that same week. He also is in the process of rebuilding a small business that he used to run. He's also like a dog dad, which didn't have to add that in, but whatever. Defend yourself, king. So yeah, he's got other stuff going on. Again, I think expecting a creator to release the video after 8 days, I think is reasonable in some scenarios where that creator does release a video in 8 days, but where a creator releases those types of videos within like 1 to 2 weeks, I would wait 6 more days and then make my hate video. But also, I would not make a hate video. I would just address it. Like, Pappy Pat's video was very hateful, and it was not, like, it wasn't honest. It wasn't honest at all whatsoever. Like, it was accusing someone of stealing when he didn't even himself know. He was just jumping to conclusions. And then there's just other things that I had a problem with too, like when Pappy Pat was saying his reasons why he doesn't work with influencers, and his literally, like, his second reason is whatever, but his first reason was, quote, I didn't see the point in tapping into a whole different audience that I wasn't familiar with. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? That's crazy. I didn't think of, I didn't think it would be good for my business to advertise my business on a platform where 60,000 people follow. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know. This whole situation just pissed me off. And that's the thing too, like, I see a lot of people disagreeing with Felix's tone, like the pettiness that Felix brought to, even though I don't feel like he was that petty. And it's like, it's so funny that these people can make these comments while ignoring the fact that Cookie Guy made this video just like lying on Felix, and he's not being nice, he's not being kind, he's being unfair to Felix. It seems by what he's doing that he's trying to take Felix down, which is weird, which is so weird. Like, what did Felix do? I don't know. If you go over to Cookie Guy's page, it's all critical comments about like why would you do that to him? Like why would you do this? This is where we get into Felix's videos. And like I don't know, the whole time like I don't even really want to get into Felix's parts of the video. This is not like a informing you of everything that happened from start to finish type video. This is me like explaining the situation and then giving my thoughts on it. And like I just don't understand why people are mad at Felix. The entire time he was very a lot more understanding than I feel like I would have been. Like he was saying things like if he said no to the original collab that I offered, I would have gladly paid for the cookies. Like Felix was just trying to do some business. Like he's just trying to do his content, you know? And like he gets this is what he gets for it. I just think that's kind of crazy. Felix was saying like I still consider myself to be a small creator. He has 60,000 followers, so you guys can be the judge of if that's a small creator or not. I definitely feel like it is a small creator, but I think that we often see like people with like 5 to 15,000 followers, and it's like that's like a small creator too. But yeah, Felix is a small creator. He said this is like one of the main reasons why it's so frustrating because you know this cookie business and him, they're both small creators. They're not like these huge like multi-million dollar businesses. Like they could have done a great collab together and grown together and created community around this whole situation, but instead Cookie Guy just had to fucking ruin it. Like I still don't understand why he was mad at Felix. I don't know. Just this entitlement that Cookie Guy has to like wanting the review when he wants it, and if it doesn't hit his desk that fucking morning, he's starting a smear campaign. Like it's just like what? This stuff needs to not be allowed on the internet. Like it's just crazy to me that his video like blew up. Like it shouldn't have blown up. Like it should have been deleted. It shouldn't have been posted ever. Yeah, so there was just a lot of fuck shit going on in Pappy Pat's video, like how he was saying how he didn't want to reveal Felix, but then he filmed Felix's name on the box and Felix's tattoos and also Felix's entire body from the neck down. So yeah, I just thought it was fucking bullshit that he was like, I just didn't want to reveal him, like, ugh, and his voice was so distinct, you'd know if you heard it, so I muted the audio, and it's like, you gave us everything we needed to know about this man except for his face. Like we don't need like your face isn't the only thing identifying like who you are. Like your entire self identifies who you are. And then this is I have to read this one right off the paper because this is the craziest thing that has been said in this entire situation. This is what Cookie Guy said at the end of his video. He says, "But I'm not even mad about it for real. It's just principle. If you were hungry and wanted a free sweet treat, you could have asked. I'm an anti-problematic person, so I don't want to steer any ill will. So I don't want to steer any ill will. He doesn't want to steer any ill will. Shut the fuck up. This is so stupid. Um, I don't want to steer any ill will towards this person, but I'm only sharing this story to say this is why I don't work with any food influencers." I don't know. It's so fucking rude and just ugh. It's giving bridge troll. It's giving bridge troll. Cookie Guy has a lot in common with the people hating on Felix in his comment section, I feel. Um, so yeah, this is basically the timeline. We'll do a little recap because that's what I did. Felix reaches out to Pappy Pat asking to do a deal. Pappy Pat agrees to it. Miscommunication delayed the deal, but Felix eventually came to an agreement with Pappy um, that they will do the handoff on the Thursday instead of the Monday before. Felix picks up and they both record, but Pappy does not show Felix's face, although he is still identifiable by his name shown on the box of cookies and also Felix's tattoos. Felix records a review after driving home, does review in his car, doesn't post review right away because he has to turn around more videos for UGC content. User generated content refers, okay, I think I know what this is, to any text, images, videos, reviews, or social media posts about a brand that are created by everyday consumers. So he's basically like he's basically doing like QVC but on TikTok. Yeah, so this is when Cookie Guy makes his video and releases on the 8th day of no review, claiming Felix stole the cookies, although there was no communication about posting dates/times, which is, in my opinion, where Cookie Guy went wrong. if Felix was gonna steal and Cookie Guy made this video, I think people would have been on his side. I still would have been side eyeing the weird comments that he made in his video. I don't know. There's something weird about this. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like Felix maybe got fucked over. I don't. I feel like there was some sort of like intention, like, I don't know. I'm not going to go further because obviously I don't know anything about it, but this just does not feel like somebody felt ripped off and made a video about it. This feels like somebody wanted to feel ripped off so that they could make a video about it, which is very like not genuine, and I don't like that. That's bad vibes. um and then in response, Felix is getting a lot of hate. He makes a three-part series with receipts defending himself. He's flooded with hate, um, which seemingly is coming from Cookie Guy's video. I, don't know that for sure, but he wasn't experiencing hate. Then Cookie Guy made a video. Then he was experiencing hate. So it's like, and then no further response. This is what I think is really annoying. We've gotten nothing from Cookie Guy. He just keeps posting his promo. And all of his comments are flooded with, "Hey, why did you do that to Felix? Like, he did not steal. There was just lack of communication. Let's get one thing clear." And I just feel like Cookie Guy has left a lot undone. I feel like you don't come and start the fire and then like run away from it. Like, nobody knows why this fire was started but you. And I get it. You probably fucking, I don't know. I just feel like this whole situation is just not okay. Like, why are we bullying people on the internet? It's just so weird to me whenever I see people bullying people on the internet. And at the end of the day, there is this huge problem on the internet with this specific, like, with specifically incidences like this where um, somebody who is just kind of malicious or maybe just has bad intentions, they come on the internet and they drag the fuck out of people who did either nothing wrong or did something kind of wrong, but not enough to like bring it to the internet and make a big fucking deal about it. And they always fucking seem to win. I just think it's fucking crazy that he was like treated this way. Um, but let me know what you guys think of this situation. Um, do you guys think, do you guys like agree with me that Felix Eats kind of just lacked communication, which is like not, I don't know. People are acting like it's like an offense. Like he's like committed a crime, and it's like, I don't know. He's just kind of like not really and the other thing that I was thinking about this was like, yeah, I don't think up to now I don't think Felix has really done good at content creation. He's just done it, but I think now he's through dealing with situations like this, he's developing more tools. And I think that all content creators kind of do this. Like, I feel like for me, um, I watched content creators for such a long time, so I don't have to deal with a lot of those things where I like, because like I know for a fact that if I slightly misrepresented any of the facts in this video, somebody on the internet is going to have a huge problem with that. And if I continue to do stuff like this and I gain more of an audience, there will be more people who are wanting to do that. So stuff like that, it doesn't really get to me. Like, I think, like, if I was Felix in this situation, this never would have happened because I would have given them, um, even before I picked the cookies up, I would have told them, here's how it's going to go down. I'm going to film it right after so it's fresh, but I got a lot of other stuff going on. So um, I wonder if doing UGC content is actually like fulfilling or like interesting. Let me see if I have any other things that I want to touch on quickly. So yeah, I have this comment from Kelly, who's a creator. Typical turnaround for a review video or any video from a content creator is 7 to 14 days. If you need the video sooner, you as the merchant needs to communicate that. I'm so tired of people not understanding the backside of content creation and having unreasonable expectations. He posted the videos with explanation because he had to. People were bashing him, people who don't understand the industry at all. Exactly. 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 You get it. Baker should have reached out to Felix about the review before posting a bash video. They're both in the wrong. One, communication, and two, he should have posted the video if it took him a day to post 3-part videos. See, Melissa, you just don't get it. Like, 3-part defense video is very different from normally scheduled content. And this is where, like, At first I was like, do people really think this? But then the more I looked into it, I was like, oh, okay, no, these are the people that shouldn't have an opinion ever because they just are not fucking trying. Like they're not trying to understand. They don't have a good like comprehension level. This is what I said earlier about how it's weird how these people are calling out uh anyone for being in the wrong, but nobody's addressing Cookie Guy's video. Nobody's addressing the effect of that. The effect of Cookie Guy's video was 10 million times worse than anything Felix did, and Felix wasn't even gonna steal the fucking cookies. So I just think it's crazy. And then yeah, so there's some people are more like, why is everyone hating? Cookie Guy took 2 weeks to get back to this dude after canceling multiple times, and he's getting hate for not posting a review immediately. That's another good point that I didn't even connect the dots on that because um I was talking about that earlier. How Cookie Guy like ghosted Felix for 13 days after they agreed on a collab. That's so interesting. Cookie Guy can wait 13 days to do the deal that is his to initiate, or that is his, like, because he has to make the cookies. But Felix can't take more than 8 days to post a video before being labeled a fucking thief. Like, I understand why you might be frustrated that the baker went public before hearing back from you. No, you don't, because you wouldn't be making this comment. But from his perspective, he gave away his product and then heard nothing. Most small business heard nothing for 8 days. He was comfortable leaving. Felix ghosted for 13 days. So I don't think, I don't, and also the scheduled content of it all. I keep bringing this up. People really don't get it. Um, Most small businesses can't afford to give away inventory without receiving the value they were promised in return. But that's clearly not happening in this situation. Like, what are we talking about? What concerns me is that refusing to post a review now doesn't really help your case. It doesn't help his case to post it. Like, what are you talking about? It makes it look like the agreement only applies when things go smoothly. No, the agreement only applies when the baking company doesn't completely drag your name through the mud on social media. Like he does not, and there's also no contract. Future businesses watching this may wonder whether they'll receive the content they were promised if they collaborate with you. Well, future, what did he say? Future businesses can look through his TikToks and see that he turns around videos for hundreds of products, or sorry, not hundreds of restaurants and products and stuff like that. Like just scroll through his fucking TikTok account. It's all UGC or food review content. Like you he has literally a portfolio that directly shows how good he is at promoting things and doing reviews of things. Like this one situation is not going to change that because he didn't do anything wrong other than lacking communication. um the simplest solution seems to be posting the honest review you originally agreed to provide and moving on. Am I missing something? And then Felix responds, yes, you're missing that the video was made and it was being edited. If he would have waited a couple more days, the video would have gone up naturally as planned and none of this would even happen. He didn't ask me anything about the video before trying to destroy my character, stepping on me to come up. What he did is what would prevent future businesses from not wanting to work with me. He's doing more damage to me than people think. And then this other person responded in defense. You're missing a lot, actually. You're missing the part where the baker rearranged pickup times and delayed it for weeks and then expected a video to be made immediately. I myself have 150 drafts sitting to be edited / posted, and all my clients know a timeline as to when the videos will be posted. See, that's how I would do it. The real problem here is that a timeline wasn't brought up, but why couldn't the baker just reach out and say, hey, when were you going to post a review? He had no problem messaging him to delay the collab in the first place. Why couldn't he message him to simply ask about the video? This was a miscommunication, but the baker completely slandered OP by handling it incorrectly. Yes. Yes. So it looks like they've both. Yeah, it looks like they both gained followers. Pappy Pat's gained 600, and Felix has gained. Looks like 500 or so. But anyway, I'm gonna get to editing this now. Let me know what you guys think of this. Which side are you on? I don't know. I feel like asking which side are you on is so fucking stupid. Because you're either like on Cookie Guy's side and you're kind of like a bully and you probably don't comprehend what's actually happening. Or you're on the other side, which I don't even think is Felix's side. I think it's just being a normal fucking human being who does not think it's okay to just go and slander somebody on the internet when you don't even know if they did the thing you're accusing them of yet. Like, it's just crazy. What are we doing? Anyway, I'm gonna go edit this. Let me know what your thoughts are. What do you guys think? Ugh, I don't know. Also, how was my first commentary slash drama video? I see, like, this is the type of stuff that I want to do. I don't want to talk about like heavy things. I want to talk about like just stuff that's going on the internet. And yeah, so I'm gonna go try and find, or I'm gonna go edit this and then probably try and find another topic to talk about, because I would like to post videos regularly, um, like maybe 2 or 3 a week of me just talking about stuff on the internet. Um, yeah, that would be really fun and cool, because I already know about all this stuff anyway, so I might as well like put it all together and make a video about it and share my thoughts on it. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And follow me on all my socials. They're in the description. I actually just started a Twitter account because I need to get on my Twitter grind. I like it so far, actually. I think I never liked Twitter before because I didn't have anyone that I wanted to like follow. Like, following celebrities is so boring. I don't know. I don't really follow celebrities. But yeah, thank you for watching. Um, bye.